Man, oh man. Woo! What a game. What a game. I want to congratulate the Phoenix Suns on getting the game one victory. I mean, this game was spectacular. I can tell you right now, based on this series is going to 7 games. I just feel this series is going to 7 games. Because if you looked at the way the Suns played, you looked at the way the Clippers played, and they fought back and they came back in this game, I'm telling you, this is going to go to 7. This is very well going to go to 7. Now, we don't know what's going to happen with Kawhi. We don't know what's going to happen with CP3. He may potentially be available for games 2 or 3. As for Kawhi, we don't know his status. We know he's out. He was out today. He's out game 2. He's in LA trying to rehab this knee. We don't know what's going on. So he might be able to come back. We don't know. But in terms of this series, man, spectacular. This is going to be a very interesting series. I want to congratulate Devin Booker on his amazing performance. He put up a 40-point triple-double. That is the first time a Suns player has done this in the postseason since 2005 when Steve Nash did it. That's 16 years, man. 16 years. Good Lord. And this is his first conference finals game. He's never been here before. Matter of fact, this young Suns team has never been here before. Yet, you saw the way they played today, and you would think they've been here before. They're experienced. They know what they're doing. This Suns team has been playing so well. This is beautiful to see. These young guys are ready for the moment, and you can tell. All of their starters scored in double digits today. All of their starters. Everybody showed up and played today. From Ayton to Payne to Bridges, everybody showed up and did their thing. This Suns team, man, they're ready for the moment. And to think they played like this as a unit without CP3. That's what makes this truly great. These guys are ready for the moment. They're sensing the moment, and they want to get to the finals. This is the team I picked to go to the NBA Finals, so I'm so happy to see that despite CP3 not playing, this Suns team did not skip a beat. And these young guys are stepping up and showing up in key moments of the game. They're showing up in big-time games, man. They've never been here before, yet they're playing like they're veterans. That is a beautiful thing to see. That is a fantastic thing to see. You have to love what you're seeing from this Suns team. They made this game exciting by how much energy they just brought to this game. And that third quarter, man, was fantastic. That third quarter was crazy. But this Suns team, they're playing with such confidence. They're playing with such poise. You have to love what you're seeing from Devin Booker and this young Phoenix Suns team. And again, just like Trae Young, Devin Booker is also out here silencing his critics and destroying the narratives. Everyone was saying Devin Booker only puts up empty numbers on a trash team. But look at him now. He's in the conference finals, putting up a 40-point triple-double. What did the critics have to say? The man's balling. You said he couldn't do this. Look at him. On one of the biggest stages, he's performing like this. Fantastic. We should have seen this coming. And a lot of us, we saw this Suns team on the rise, but I don't think anyone expected conference finals type rise. Because we saw them in the bubble, they go 8-0, and we're like, man, had they made the playoffs, they could have made some noise this year. So we all had, some excitement and a little bit of hope and hype for the Suns coming into the season. I think a lot of us believed they were going to make the playoffs. In fact, after seeing that 8-0 run and seeing how they played, I was like, man, if they continue to practice, they're going to make the playoffs. And that was before CP3 got traded there and before they got Jay Crowder. So, this team, to see these young guys go from that to grow to this point and play at this level to where they're in the conference finals against a Clippers team that's filled with experienced players. And they come out here and match their energy and play this well and look like experienced veterans that are built for these type of moments. Fantastic. Gotta love what we saw from the Suns today. I know they're going to continue to bring that energy and they're going to continue to play this way. And hopefully it means they're going to get to an NBA Finals. So well done to the Suns. I loved what you showed me today. Now, let's take a look at the Clippers. You guys are you guys today, in terms of scoring, only 2 people showed up. Paul George was fantastic today, 34 points. Reggie Jackson showed up, 24 points. Everyone else didn't really show up. Now, I'm not going to lie. Terrence Mann hit a clutch 3. Rondo hitting a clutch 3 as well. They were down by 10, yet they brought the game close. They made it competitive in the last 2 minutes of the game. They were doing their thing. But overall, the performance of the team, it was really only 2 guys that showed up the whole game. Now, in terms of Boogie Cousins, he gave you 11 points in the first half. You got to love that. Love seeing some Boogie in the playoffs. You got to love it. He was doing his thing in the first half. But other than that, nothing else there because I don't think he really played that much. But, the Clippers, scoring-wise, was really just Paul George doing his thing, looking like a superstar again, doing his thing to try and help this team. Reggie Jackson coming alongside him, but that was it. Like I've said, if this team is going to get to the finals, they have to live up to their potential, which means if Kawhi's not here, 2 other players besides Paul George needs to step up. Reggie Jackson and Marcus Morris. Reggie has clearly stepped up, and he's been consistent, and he's having a great postseason run. He's been key in the Clippers' victory and a key reason they're in the conference finals right now. Marcus Morris has been great at times and has been bad at times. He's been hot and he's been cold. You can't have that. If Kawhi's not here, you need to consistently show up and play great, Marcus Morris. I think at 9 points, you can't do that, man. You can't. 9 points, you can't do it, man. You can't do it. We need more from you. We really do need more from you. But again, the Clippers, to be honest, after what we've seen them go through, losing game 1 isn't a big deal. It's not. Losing game 1 does not mean anything to them. They literally had back-to-back 0-2 deficits, and they overcame both of them. At the end of the day, if they lose game 2, all that's going to mean is that the Suns defended home court. They'll still have to come back to LA, and we'll see what happens there. I think at this point, we got to understand that the Clippers, they kind of take the first couple of games to gauge what their opponents are able to do, what their strengths are, what their weaknesses are, how they are able to play. And then for the rest of the series, they flip on the switch, and now all of a sudden, you see them start to dominate. Now, do I think it's going to happen against the Suns team? I think there'll definitely be moments where you start to see the Clippers' talent show and they start to dominate. But I don't think it's going to be enough to beat this Suns team unless Kawhi comes back. Because I personally feel if Kawhi Leonard somehow comes back in this series and is able to play well, then I think the Clippers can take this series because the Suns have nobody on the team that can guard Kawhi. But at the same time, you got to realize if Kawhi's coming back, he's not going to be 100%, and you don't even know how he's going to look. So there's that. But you also got to realize that CP3 himself, he's coming back as well. So, if you get CP3 back, this is a different situation. So, I still feel like it's going 7 games. I feel it. I feel like it's going 7 games. But the way the Clippers have been playing so far in this postseason, I refuse to doubt them. I refuse to doubt them at this point. When they were down 0-2 to the Mavericks, I doubted that they could come back because they looked dead in the water. In that game 3, they looked dead in the water. But they flipped the switch, turned it around, found a way to win the series in 7 games. When they're down 0-2 to the Jazz, I didn't think they could win that series, mostly because I picked the Jazz to make the conference finals. But they found a way to turn it around, and they won 4 straight games. 2 of those games were without Kawhi. So now here with this Phoenix Suns team, they may very well go down 0-2 again and then flip a switch, and next thing you know, we're in a game 7. That could very well happen. So I'm not doubting this Clippers team. After this one loss, they've shown that they're not going to panic in these type of moments. You lost the first game. It was a close game. A couple, defensive mistakes here and there. A few adjustments here. Better performance by Marcus Morris overall. Potentially getting Kawhi back, though we shouldn't count that into the situation. So just better overall performance from Marcus Morris to help both Paul George and Reggie Jackson. And then a couple tweaks defensively. And honestly, the Clippers could very well have won this game. And they could very well win a couple games in this series. So, I'm not going to doubt the Clippers. I think they've earned everybody's respect. And we understand that if they go down 0-2, series is not done. It's not. You're going to have to beat them on the road. So right now, Phoenix gets the win for Game 1. We'll see what happens in Game 2. I expect the Clippers to be better. I expect them to perform better. But I still think the Suns could probably close out Game 2. Game 3 is where the real test is going to be. Because now the Clippers are going to be at home. They're going to have a good gauge of how the Suns play. And you're going to see a different Clippers team at home when they're fighting for their lives. Because that's just how they do it. That's just how they play. It's weird like that. But with that being said, once again, congratulations to the Suns for getting Game 1. We'll see what happens. And yeah, 3 more wins. That's all you need. 3 more wins, and NBA history will look nice. Okay? 3 more wins, because it wouldn't sit well with me if Chris Paul never makes an NBA Finals. No. Wouldn't sit well with me. It wouldn't sit well with me. NBA history would look a little funny if Chris Paul at least doesn't make... If he's got to at least be in 1. If Chris Paul never makes an NBA Finals, it's going to be weird. So hopefully they can get it done. They got 3 more wins to go, but they're not going to be easy. Because this Clippers team, they're not just going to sit down and die. They're going to fight back. So we'll see what happens there. But with that being said, that's all I got, and I'm out of here, man. Peace.